Hi guys, it's Andy from mcfcfantv, and I'm here with Tom. Post-match, City 3, Birmingham City 0 in the FA Cup, and pretty much a walk in the park, wasn't it, Tom?
Yeah, really. I hope everybody's well. How are you doing, Andy? You okay? Before we get into it.
Yeah, all a bit rushed. But,
yeah. But yeah,
not like that second half.
Oh no. Yeah, I thought it was one of those games where we just needed to do what we really needed to do. We just sort of, blew them away in the first 25 minutes, and then we sort of had the game in our hands. Then really, we could sort of just sit back and sort of rest the players that we needed to do. And it was just a professional performance in the end.
It was. Well, let's see who's on. Dupe is on. Bernardo Silva's first goal on fire. It was amazing. I must admit, I don't know what's going on with this. Somebody's been playing around with the comments, but there you go. Here we go. We switched off late in the game, but the game was already won, says Lewis Yates. Hope you're well. He says Mahrez, Foden and Bernardo are my man of the match. Don't know about Mahrez, if I'm honest, but sorry, that was mine. Sean Fogarty says, great performance first half, class second half, not too great. Jack Lee's on. Hello, Blues in the hat. Don't know what that means either. Hi, Martin. Good win today. I'm not Martin. Leeds. Ash is laughing over Leeds, but there you go. We've not got many on at the moment, but there you go. We'll go with it because this is going to be a quick one. Just post-match talking about the game. So let's have a look at the lineup. And today's lineup was Zach Steffen, Cancelo, Walker, Diaz, Mendy, Rodri, Mahrez, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, and Gabby Jesus. So, Tom, what were your thoughts on the lineup?
I thought it was pretty strong when I first looked at it. I was expecting maybe, the likes of maybe Howard Bellis starting. Maybe we might see Delap start. But I was shocked at the fact that we actually started with such a strong squad. I was impressed. Obviously, it's just another example of how serious we take all competitions, which was also nice to see. And, it was good to see some of the lads have a run out in the second half. But, yeah, I was very impressed with the first half. Very impressed with the first half and the lineup in general. I thought it was a strong lineup. Good to see De Bruyne playing still, getting some minutes. Good to see Gabby back. That was nice to see him get back into the squad and, run outs for, Mahrez and consecutive games for Foden. It was nice to see.
It was a very strong lineup. And I know some probably thought that Sergio Aguero, I for one, Aguero in my lineup. Thoughts on Aguero not even being included in the squad?
Well, I did hear that one of his family or something, somebody had come in contact with someone with COVID. So I think it's something to do with he has to self-isolate until he gets a negative test, which obviously the next round of testing is on Monday, which is tomorrow. So I think then he'll be allowed back in at the training ground. I think it's just a new protocol that City are trying to put in. If you have come in contact, you have to stay away. But yeah, I was shocked that he went in, but obviously that's the reason why. But it makes you wonder what's he done between Wednesday and now to be in contact with someone, but we don't know, do we? So it was disappointing, but he's fully fit. He just can't come because of other reasons. So hopefully he's back in against Brighton on Wednesday night.
Does make you wonder, doesn't it, with all this?
Yeah.
People, players getting tested regularly, and if they've come into contact with others who have been tested positive, then of course it's the sensible option. But it is what it is, and I'm sure we'll see plenty more of that type of thing going on. Let's see who else is on. Dupe's on. Hello, mate. How are you? Hi, Tom and Andy. Evening, says Noah Pearson. Charlie Everett, Cancelo was playing midfield most of the time. He's done that in the future. We'll talk about individual players. Mara's good today. He was all right. Thought he had that great, brilliant pass, which we'll talk about, was world class. Tom the Legend, Adam Quinn. No, a bit disappointed losing 3-0 to Crawley. Peter Curry, great first half. Second was quiet. Job done. Yeah, it was, and they played like that in the second half, didn't they? Jack Lee says quid on Morecambe beating Chelsea. Scott Williams, professional job done and dusted. Hopefully Pep has come out with no injuries. Surprised KDB started and putting Ferner on didn't make any sense. In his opinion, yeah, I must admit, I did say to my lads when Fernandinho come on, why has that happened? But one of my lads said, oh, well, Rodri's always going to play the Premier League games. And I think at the moment, probably after the recent showings, want Fernandinho to start.
Exactly. I'm the same with that.
Dupe says, did you see Birmingham were kicking our players? Don't want Aguero getting kicked by those defenders. There was that many bad tackles today, but they were trying to, I think they were getting tired. And the problem being is that as they get tired, they get slower. And some of the tackles are not timed as well. Laporte will be back in 10 days, says Charlie Everett.
I can't see him getting in at the moment.
He's going to struggle to get in, certainly in the Premier League games, definitely. Forza City says Marcel 11. Hi lads, Dudley Lewis is on. How are you, mate? Bendy was not good. Mendy was not good. Bendy, I've got Bendy. Great deal, did he? He had a lot to do. Rodrigo was poor. I don't know what it was. Hi, Tom and Andy. How are you, Shedders? Hope you're well, mate. Nice new graphics you got there. First I knew about it was when I went live. That's Martin. What's going on with the graphics? Hi all. Where's your cap, Thomas? Oh, Chris is he's not happy.
Sorry, Chris.
You're not got your Tommy Shelby hat on.
Sorry, Chris.
We got the clean sheet though, Dupe. Yeah, we did. Mendy didn't do himself any favours. I don't think he had to do a great deal, if I'm honest. But, you know, Mendy is bobbing, so everyone's on Mendy's back. Nice to be fighting on all four fronts. Good job we didn't get beat today, isn't it? We win 3-0, cruise through the game, and everyone's on Mendy's back. Hope we get all 3 points. I'm sure we will. Draw for the 5th round, draw for the 6th round tomorrow night, guys. Yeah, there you go. Right, okay. So let's have a look. Obviously, Zach Steffen came in today, Tom.
Yeah.
I admit, I wasn't overly impressed with his handling. His distribution was fine, but there was a couple of occasions that you're thinking, oh, Jesus Christ, you know, it was somebody on Twitter said earlier, Jesus, somebody rubbed olive oil on his hands or something tonight. I don't know. What were your thoughts on Zach Steffen?
Well, I obviously don't mind. I think he's a good keeper, but I agree with that. I don't know if it's nerves. Maybe that Edison's now back. You know, he's back and he's trying to keep his place, or whether it was just the fact that his handling's not as good as other bits of his other bits of his game. He's quite a technical goalkeeper. He can make good saves, as we saw on Wednesday night when Bruno Fernandes took that shot. He's quite a technical keeper in like, you know, he can pull out some good saves, but shot stopping sometimes when it's just like that, it did come like a big occurrence that you can see that's one of his weaknesses in the game, especially when they're directly at him, you know. Pulling out worldy saves, top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right is quite a strong point, but those sort of shot stops where they just sort of, you'd think the basics seem to have, you know, caught him out a little bit. I thought he played well, but obviously, like you said, though, if it, like me and my dad says, if it was against a better team, they'd have probably taken advantage of those, you know, blunders. So I guess with the situation that we were in, you know, against Birmingham Championship side, it sort of worked in his favour that they weren't punished. So I guess it's just a thing that we have to look out for in the future and just make sure that it doesn't come a regular occurrence against if he does come in against the bigger teams.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's done anything wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say, oh, he had a terrible game today. No, not at all. But I said there were a few occasions today where you're thinking, Jesus, you know, a foot further out from when he dropped the ball, and they've got a tap in, and that happened on a couple of occasions. And you're thinking, you know, these are not like somebody blasting it at close range and you sort of make these were long range shots, and handling weren't great, but maybe I think the commentator, we'll get onto the commentator anyway, but in commentary they said, he's had an out to do all game, maybe just lacking a bit of concentration or something, but he's been given a few games now, and to be fair, he's done nothing wrong.
No.
So, but that was a little bit of a worry. Let's just see who else is on. What everyone else says. Dupe says, not like Birmingham with that frightening attacking. Please for Bernardo, says Shedders. Yeah, I was. Hello, Mingy Wong. How are you, buddy? Hi, Andy and Tom. Peter Curry, some of KDB passing first half was off the scale. Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of times when it just didn't quite come off for him. But, yeah, I mean, he's a brilliant player. I missed the first half, saw the second, talk about bad timing. Yeah, that's a bit sad, Neil, because the second half wasn't great. Edison will be back on Wednesday. Yeah, I think he will be. Stefan dropped the ball a couple of times. He did. Jack Lee says, I'm not on Mendy's back for the performance because, if anything, he had to play for rotation. I just said he's bobbins and his knees are made of chocolate. I don't know whether you quite said his knees are made. You have done now, mate. Hey, Mingy One says, Chris Baker. Dupe, what's up, Ginger? God, he's getting the nickname off everyone now. I want to lick Mendy's knees. Yeah, chocolate. Yeah. Afternoon, everyone. Leonard, how are you, mate? How was your day? I don't know who that is to. Is it to Chris? Yeah, it must be. They're having a bit of a conversation going on here. How are we all doing? Yeah, good, mate. I said just a bit rushed coming into this, but yeah, this is the post-match, and we'll talk all about what happened. Anybody else? Shedders, one for David Silva's gone. No, we'll talk about the commentary. Remind me if I forget. Hello, Chris and Martin. Martin. Oh, Martin's on there.
Maybe, can we have an explanation on the graphics now, Martin? He
has messaged, but I don't know. I need to have a look.
It's like somebody's sending us an iMessage, isn't it, on the comments?
I know it is. It takes about 5 seconds to click them back. Well, it's too late now. They're on. It'd help if we were told that they'd been changed. Let's see who else is on. Martin's there. Martin's been on and changed them back. There you go. He's been on. Yes, Martin. They're just scared of this virus, mate. Nothing wrong with the graphics, mate. I'm not saying it was was my fault. Sorted it now. Nothing wrong with the graphics. It's just a surprise when they come up and it's like, oh, what's going on? I said to Tom before we came on, that is all that text has changed, font and everything. Martin over. Oh, Sachin. You know what? I'm gonna be really cruel to you. And put you in a timeout for that one, mate. Go and train with the kids. I didn't watch on BBC as they asked for stupid way to log in, which had top much stucks. I don't know. Have you been on the Lash Galaxy? I understand that one, buddy. But anyway, so first goal, Bernardo Silva. Tom, what were your thoughts on that strike?
It was a brilliant first-time strike. I was very impressed with it. It's not really a thing we see from Bernardo often. His finishing sometimes, what we've said, needs to improve. Martin's gone as well now.
Get him gone as well.
Yeah. We've always said that it's something that needs improving, and he pulled it out of the bag with that first-time finish. It was a brilliant taken first time, and no matter who you're playing against, to score a goal like that is just incredible. To take, it's skill to hit it first time like that, and it to hit the roof of the net as well. There was only one way that was going once he hit that off his foot. And sometimes it can go in rose head, or sometimes it can go perfectly in the goal. And, in the past 2 games, we've had 2 players who have perfectly put in a volley first time in, and it's been a good impact goal.
The way he took that, that was from almost his shoulder. High that was up, because 9 times out of 10, you see those type of shots, and they skim off your foot and they go over the bar. But the way he controlled that was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Definitely. It was brilliant. It was really impressive. I was surprised at it. At first I thought, oh, that must be something Foden maybe. And then Bernardo's celebrating. I'm like, where's this been, mate?
Yeah.
He's coming back into form now, though, I think, which is good to see.
Yeah, I said it a few weeks ago. He is definitely starting to cut this season in particular. He's starting to come into, or the start of this particular season.
Yeah.
You can see now he's starting to get back into some. All right, he's not at the top of his form yet, but he is a very good player, and it's great to see him back. And then we had the second goal. What a ball from Mahrez!
It was brilliant. It was a great team goal. The ball from Mahrez stood out definitely. You know the fact, but it's the work play, like the link up play between Kevin and Mahrez. Kevin knew he was going to put it there, and it was pin perfect. You know, and the ball to cut it straight back across from Kevin to Bernardo, and then Bernardo to hit it first time was just brilliant. And it was all down that right hand side with Walker, Cancelo, you know. And then Cancelo played it through to Mahrez, and then Mahrez just somehow managed to get it through that tight angle, and then we scored 2-0 within 10 minutes, and the game was in our hands, and we started off with two really, really good goals.
I'm just trying to work out now whether you've been in Martin's company for far too long, because you just said pin perfect. Please, can you explain to me what pin perfect is?
I don't know.
It's like Martin's roll in the park. It's like a roll in the park. Like who rolls?
It's just pin perfect. I don't know. I know. I just think I don't know why I said that.
Pinpoint.
No.
Was it no.
It was like ping pong, though.
No, pinpoint.
Oh, pinpoint. Yeah. I don't know.
It was pin perfect. That's a new one. There you go. And we're copywriting that statement.
There you go. Pinpoint. I don't know why I said that.
at Tom Hudson at mcfcfantv. There you go. It's copyrighted. We're claiming that one. It was a brilliant ball from Mahrez. Absolutely superb. Outside the foot, pin perfect into. I mean, he's only going to pull it back into the area until he knows the penalty spot is where our players are going to be coming from. A lot of players you see will pull it across the goal hard. He didn't. He just pulled it back, and Bernardo just tapped it in for his second. And you're thinking, Jesus Christ, how many is this going to be? Bernardo Silva, how many chances does he need for his hat trick?
He obviously was too nervous to get a hat trick because he had about 5 attempts. The second volley that he had in the second half, that was harder. That was easier than the first one, and it went to the corner flag. Honestly, you could see on his face that he just knew after he'd scored those first 2 goals he won't get in his hat trick, because he had many chances, and especially that one where Walker cut it across to the just the edge of the 6-yard box, and he slotted it wide. It was like, it's not your day, Bernardo, to get this hat trick.
Well, all game he was just like this all the time, wasn't he, after every single attempt? Anyway, looks like Martin is gone. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Don't be harsh. It was only just putting him training with the kids. He loves the kids that much. He had the chances for a hat trick. He had so many chances today. Bernardo is class. Well, you wouldn't have thought so not so long ago. A lot of people were saying Bernardo, certainly on Man City Fan TV, some of the guests coming on have been saying Bernardo probably will be gone in the summer and City need to sell him. I mean, all this reactionary stuff. Bernardo is absolute class. But it's coming back to some sort of form that he showed a couple of seasons ago. Was gutted for Bernardo not scoring a hat-trick. My dad got score right in the derby and today. Oh, well done to your dad, Sean. I think Bernardo has the best touch and technique at our club. I'm not sure about touch. I think possibly Mahrez is touch, but he's got superb touch and technique. I think it was like 42 passes. It seemed like it was 142 passes for most of the first. In every move, it was like they were doing nothing. But I mean, fair play to them.
Yeah,
those youngsters are nowhere near the squad. I think that's nowhere near the squad. Which we will talk about, Leonard. And this is my point on, I've always said about the youngsters in the team, the academy, it's one thing saying, we should be playing these, they should be getting game time, they should be doing this, they should be doing that. And I've said all along, if they're good enough, they will get game time. Pepsi, day in, day out. Outside of his boot with a backspin, great ball it was, a brilliant ball. Martin's come on under his pseudonym. Viva Lamares, just for the sake of putting that up there, you're going in a timeout. So there you go. He's in a timeout. His second account is going in a timeout as well. What do you think of Taylor Howard-Bellis today? What were your thoughts, Tom?
With Taylor Howard-Bellis, he's screaming out for, full game, like games on a regular occurrence, because he's one of those players that shows very good potential when he comes in and plays, but he's just not quite there. And I think he would be one of the loan moves if he went to, I think he was rumoured with Blackburn or something. He would definitely come back and be back in the squad. It's not a let's just put you out on loan and then your career at City goes. It's more of a let's progress this lad into a much more technical player with lots more game time under his belt, and then bring him back in, because that's what he's lacking at the moment, game time within the club. And, I can see him, maybe go into a team like Blackburn, who maybe are in the Championship, getting lots of game time, improving the bits that aren't as, good in his game, and then coming back and, being a true first team contender, just like Foden is. So I think you could just see that today, that there was bits like he made that very good block near the end of the game, which went out for a corner. His defensive mindset's good, but he just needs to work on it and make sure he has enough game time. So yeah, I think that it's just a bit of a project with Taylor at the moment. I think he'll go out on loan.
I think that's a good point. I was thinking about it because I think you just hit the nail on the head there. I think he's whenever he's come in, he's not done anything wrong. He's looked really solid, really composed. If he was one of those that you come in and you're thinking, I'm not too sure. He looks like he needs another couple of years before. But every time he comes in, he looks solid. Not going to get game time. Now we've got Ake. Now John Stones is at the top of his. He's not going to. Be honest, he's not going to get game time. And I'd rather than go to a Blackburn, I'd like him to go to somewhere like Girona or somewhere like, where the game, he'll probably get more time on the ball, being able to pass it out, those type of things. And I'd like to see him send him to somewhere like that, or Breda or somewhere like that, where he can have a year, not 6 months, but maybe a year, because in the summer, I can't see him coming back and fighting for a place either. Not if we've still got Ake, Diaz, or Walker could play there and others. So maybe a year away. Because how old is he now? Is he 18?
I think he's 18,
18, nearly 19. So, at your age now, how much over the last year you've grown.
Oh, yeah.
Physically.
Yeah.
In 18, 19, I mean, until around about 20 years of age, 21, you're still developing physically as well. So I'd like to see him go for a year somewhere. The rest of the season, and maybe 6 months, 12 months somewhere else, and because I just can't see him playing. That's the only problem I've got. And he's such a wonderful talent, and he's done nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
No. Yeah, I think you made a very good point. Maybe somewhere like Spain is probably better for his progression, because going to the Championship, it's much slower. Although he'll get more game time, you do make a good point. Sometimes that turns a player into much more of a average player where he can't excel. Look at Tosin Adebayoho. He was going to be the next big thing for us. We'll put you out on loan. You can come straight back, and then before we know it, he's had loan spells at West Brom, Blackburn, and now he's just had a permanent move to West Brom. So it's just one of those. So maybe abroad is probably better, like Spain, where they play similar type of football to us, and he can get game time there also. So yeah, maybe abroad, maybe Spain, Girona, somewhere like that could be a better way for him to move forward, because each player is different in the technical abilities, and he's much more of a fast mover of the ball.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't think he. well, saying that Leeds last season like to move the ball out from the back and a couple of teams, but I don't think overall when they go into the Championship, it's like helter skelter in it. It's like it's mad.
Yeah.
And I'd rather him be cultured and have that time to be able to play the type of game that Pep wants him to play.
Exactly.
In there. But anyway, Taylor Howard-Bellis got some game time, which was great to see. Martin training with the kids. Well, twice he's been out. Martin, did you get timed out? He did. Well, I'm sure back now. On today's showing, I'd agree, Leonard. Foden proved why he needs to play more in the last few games. He's one of our own. He's one of our own. Horsey City. He's one of our own. Training with the kids. He's not gone anywhere. We want Martin. Chris, Leonard thinks he's spot on. Bernardo Silva didn't want the hat trick. Yeah, I know. It looked like that today. Bellis was okay, but he's screaming out for a loan move to get some pitch time. I'm back. He's back. There you go. I'm a bit behind on the comments here. Agreed, Scott. Martin is back. He is. Thank God Sterling wasn't playing. Why? Martin never left. He did. Michael Feeney, very happy with the win. Hope we get a home draw now and a good one. Love the cup. Hope we get to the final. Hope your family are well, Andy and Tom. Thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you, mate.
All good, thank you. Big, massive jump there. Sorry, I showed you how far behind I was. Martin's back. I would have rested KDB and Diaz still. Well, I think they played them and thought if we're up 3-0 at half time, which we were, then we can give it. It was one of those, always a banana skin in these FA Cup games. So I'd rather us be comfortably ahead. And let's face it, it was just like a training session in the first half.
Definitely.
Fun fact, Ruben Diaz has only been dribbled past 2 times in 22 games. That is a good fact if true. Callum Houghton, Taylor Howard-Bellis was linked with Preston, but they've signed someone on loan. Agree with Taylor Howard-Bellis, maybe on loan to another Prem club. Ruben Diaz is everything what I wanted Maguire to become. Well, yeah, in your dreams, mate. Half the price. Agreed, Tom. But the problem is with the pandemic, I think we have the cover with the 4 and Ferner will take the risk. Not sure what that was about. Maybe something we mentioned earlier. I'm probably a little bit behind on the comments. I think City should send their youngsters on loan. Hopefully one day someone will improve and get back. Yeah, exactly what we've just been saying there. You know, we have got so many second team players, as in squad players, that need game time. That it's hard, really hard for the academy players to get a chance. Hi guys, hope you're both well and safe. How are you, Andy? Hope you're well, mate. Yeah, Taylor Howard-Bellis is not there yet, says Doopy. He agrees with you, Tom.
Yeah.
Taylor Howard-Bellis is decent, but his distribution isn't the best. We'll struggle to make it at City, says Chris. Don't know about that. He could play for Leeds on loan, but that's his decision. Nemecha is really y'all.
I don't know.
You're the youngster.
I've got no idea.
All right. Okay. So it's not just me. Comfortable win today. Was nice to see a few kids in second half, but in gap for next 2 rounds they're in the hat for the next 2 rounds. They're drawing 4th and 5th rounds. Bringing a Metro on KDB is like swapping the missus for Gal Gad. Be another Adorio. You mean Adorabe? Though he permanently.
Yeah, he went to Fulham, not West Brom. I got me words mixed up.
All right. Okay. So they're talking about his.
Yeah.
Think so, Charlie. Queen versus King. Foden has started 8 Premier League games and he has 5 Premier League goals this season and 2 assists. Yeah, he was superb today. He did shadow. Tosin is at Fulham. Yeah, there you go. We still have Moreno, Couto, and Muric on loan. We've got loads more on loan, mate. Not just those. In fairness, Tosin hasn't disgraced himself at the cottage. No, I don't think he has. I'll be honest. I agree with him. I just don't think he's a.
Yeah.
I saw him at that Bristol City game at the Etihad in the cup competition. Didn't think he was great. He was like, I don't mean to disrespect him, but he was like Bambi on ice. I don't think he's good enough for the City squad. I'm not saying he's not a good player, but I don't think he has. I don't know. He's good. Arsenal for life. I want City in the next round. Oof. Hey, we'll take you all day long, mate. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's hope so.
I'd rather have them than Crawley at the moment.
I know. Yeah, we'll take Charlie Everett. We want 11th placed Arsenal. Yeah, Arsenal for life, so we can knock you out. Yeah. Leonard says, would sell Mendy in the summer and go for Hernandez, move Zinchenko to midfield and bring Angelino back? Maybe that's for later on. We knocked you out last time. You did. Yeah, fair play to you. Watch Marine versus Spurs. Yeah, good luck to Marine. Keeping the score down. Blackpool or Millwall at home. Listen, I've always said it in these competitions. I don't care who we get. If you're gonna win it, yeah, you have to beat everyone. Aguero self-isolating. Sky just reported. There you go. So you were spot on, Tom.
Yeah.
You said that right at the beginning. Arsenal crap would just beat you 4-1. Did I hear they're doing the 4th and 5th round draws at the same time?
Yeah.
Maybe for planning purposes. Liam Delat looked good when he came on. I wouldn't have said he looked good. I think he had about 3 touches of the ball, didn't he? As I said on Friday Night Social, we can play the kids against Charlie in the next round. 13 unbeaten now, good run, more confidence, good point. Charlie, anyone? Martin wants Charlie. Both 5th, 6th draws will be made as well, yeah. I said that on the Friday night, Martin. Nemecha is y'all. Come on, Tom, you're a York. Shall I translate, please?
Y'all's American, innit? It's nothing to do with Yorkshire.
I know. Where's that from? Y'all? Y'all is Americanism.
Yeah, we don't go, oh, y'all. We don't do
Y'all.
that.
Oh, yeah, hey, y'all. Martin. Gee, oh, my God.
The fact he just thinks that's Yorkshire. Wow.
Yeah. This is roll in the park guy. Whatever that means. You know what I mean, Andy? Yeah, I do, mate. Well, no, you didn't post that. It was Dupay. Dupay, please tell us, what does that point you made earlier about y'all in it? Glenn Walker and Jesus is back. They look good together. Going to talk about through the team. I want West Ham next round. Jesus is rubbish.
Okay.
He's not. Yeah, I don't think he's rubbish, but he's not played as he's been out for a long time so far. And this is his first game back. Roll in the hay.
What is going on? Is he all right?
Martin. Roll in the hay is spelled Hay. That's not hey. Hey, how are you? Oh my God.
He's having a mare.
He's having a proper mare. Last 10 games, 9 clean sheets when Stone plays. Yeah. Hi, Levi Greenwood. Right. Hello. Hope you're well. Martin is just giving us the comedy gold today. There you go. So we've talked about Zach Steffen. If we look at the back four, then we had Walker, Ruben Diaz, Cancelo, and Mendy. Though I won't say your boy Cancelo played as anywhere near like a defender. Oh. What were your thoughts if we just say they were the back four, even though they didn't play like that? What were your thoughts on the back four? So we had Cancelo, we had Diaz, we had Walker, and playing in a right centre back type of role. We had Ben Mendy back today. What were your thoughts on that back four? Let's call it.
Well, I thought they were very solid once more. I think it's now coming apparent that if you have Ruben Diaz in your defence in any sort of game, you're going to be okay. He's just a leader. You can just see it. I think I saw Walker made a block at the front post or something, and Ruben Diaz was first over there, give him a pat on the back, and then Commanded who was marking him on the corner. I thought he looked class again today. I thought it was good to see Walker back, and he looked comfortable at centre back, which is also another good thing, just in case, I don't know, maybe Stones gets a niggle or Diaz gets a niggle, Walker can go in there and play comfortably. He did it at the World Cup and did it very well with Stones. So, that's also another option. I thought Mendy, I had all this hate for Mendy. I don't see what he really did wrong. He was a little bit sloppy here and there, but
first game back for a
exactly. Exactly, and some people don't adapt as well. Walker's just the complete athlete. He can come back in and just play like that, but some players can't do that. And Mendy's one of those guys. We know that from facts that we see him. Once he's played a string of 3-4 games before he got this last injury, he looked comfortable. But obviously, we might see a little bit of time for him. And I thought, Cancelo, it's the dog here.
Somebody's let the dog into the kitchen. Where are you, Stanley? Oh, hey up. Sorry. Carry on, Tom.
Yeah.
I'll try and get him.
All right. But
Carry on.
And then I also thought that Cancelo, he played really well again today. Like a lot of the comments were saying, you were saying that, he's playing more of a midfield role today. And, that's good to see that we can sort of be comfortable with 3 at the back and still sort of use one of our fullbacks as one of the midfield players who can sort of create more of an attacking threat. But then also against the big teams, that could cause problems, if we get caught out with only having 3 at the back. But, when you have someone like Walker playing in that centre-back role, they can spread out wide, and then it's like you have a right back and a left back and one centre-back. But, I think they were solid in general, really. So, yeah, I was happy with the performance, There's no denying that it was Birmingham, but, you have to be solid against every team to win competitions. Like we said, you have to play any team to win the competitions. So you have to defend as well in every single game and can keep it consistent. So, another clean sheet under the belts too. And, I was happy with it. It was a little bit more dodgy in the second half. I don't know if that was because we took a few of them off and, Stones was relying on, Taylor Howard-Bellis there. I don't think Stones, he didn't have his top game. He gave the ball away a few times, but I'm not going to criticise him because he's been absolutely world-class so far this season. So I'm not going to blame him for being a little bit sloppy when we're 3-0 against Birmingham. So, yeah, in general, the defence did well today with a clean sheet.
They did. Let's see. Who else is on Revenge's Sweets? So saith the City fan. Cancelo is bloody mint. Oh, Lord. He's in dreamland. Look. He's going to prove... Do you think he's going to prove me wrong, Tom?
He's going to come... I hope... Well, not to prove you wrong, Andy. I just want to see him become a top player because I've backed him from the beginning since he came. And I just want to see him, it's so far this season, he's proven it. But like everybody says, you have to keep it consistent throughout the games, So I'm hoping that he can be up there with one of our top players this season. And if he keeps going as he is, who knows? He probably will be. But we'll just have to see. I hope he proves you wrong, Andy, though.
In my defence, though, I know every time he's played well, I've said he's played well.
Yeah.
I've not been a hater on him. What are you doing over there? I don't know what he's doing. I don't think he's actually played as a natural right back, which is what I've always said about him being in a right back position. He's played this strange, trying to work it out.
Yeah.
Type of position he's been playing in recently because he's been in almost like a number 8 role against the much lesser teams in particular. But you saw against United, So
yeah,
I'm struggling to. I'm not trying to say, I have had a go at Cancelo in the past, but what I'm trying to say is I've said to him as a right back.
Yes, yeah,
I think he's great as a right back, but I don't think we've seen him that much as a natural right back, like a Kyle Walker type of thing.
Yeah.
But he's been great again today.
Yeah. Very creative. That's the good thing.
Yeah.
That's the good thing to see. Because, he always has that, like the ball through to Sterling for the other one. And then obviously today with Mahrez and then that quick manoeuvre. And then, he played Kevin through the other week as well. It's good to see a little bit more creativity, not just coming from Kevin as well. It's nice to see we have more creative footballers as well, other than Kevin. And, we have other ones like Sterling, Mahrez. And it's good to see that we have Cancelo who's, creating chances too.
Right, Tom, I'm going to leave you on screen on your own.
Okay.
2 minutes. Because I don't know whether somebody's thrown the dog in here because he needs to go out to the toilet or something.
Right, okay.
Whoever it is going to be in big trouble after this. But I'm going to leave you on your own for 2 minutes.
Okay.
I want you to talk about Rodri.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of negativity on Twitter and a few comments around the place about Rodri. And
okay.
I don't know where that's coming from. So...
No.
gonna take over, mate, and talk about Rodri.
Cool, that's fine by me.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Over to you.
Okay, good stuff. So yeah, Rodri. It's one of those at the moment. When you've got Fernandinho on his tail. He's playing very well at the moment when he comes on. Rodri gets a lot of criticism, in my opinion. I don't know what other people think in the comments. Obviously, I can't bring your comments up on the screen, but I can read them out. So if you give me your sort of rating of what you thought Rodri's score was today whilst he was on the pitch, did you think he played well? And do you really think that he is the true replacement for Fernandinho? And why does he get this criticism also? If you want to put that in the comments too, and your opinions on him. I always think with Rodri that he's been a really, really good player. He's calm, composed on the ball. People criticise him sometimes with the defensive capabilities that he does bring up. But we're seeing in different sort of ways that he's playing well. And someone thought, Scott Williams thinks Rodri was solid, which is good to see. And it's Tom's better than Martin. That's all right. That will take that. I don't mind that. Well, there's still a long way to go. I think Leonard said that a 6.5 for Rodri. I can see why you think that. He did give the ball away. Rodri is not good. AJ, yeah, I can understand that also. The thing with Rodri is, he gets a lot of criticism. He's playing in a role where he has to run around the pitch constantly. He's involved in defensive capabilities and attacking capabilities. And sometimes it's hard to really get under the game and get control of it. But, there's a few here. 8 for me, 7.5 for me. I want a bit higher than that. Come on, guys. I want higher than that. Shedders says, Rodri did well, some great defending, underrated in my opinion. Yeah, I agree with that, Shedders. It's one of those, he's come from a Spanish league where the play's quite fast, but also not very physical, and he's had to adapt to that. Last season, we did see that he wasn't really the strong type that we could rely on in putting a tackle in, and probably didn't have much mud on his shirt after the game. But, he's starting to get there now. But I understand people's argument. I think Andy Blue Moon says 8 for me. I'm liking these scores. 8's consistent. 8's consistent. We can say that. 7 for Rodri. Yeah, I can see what you mean. Rodrigo is the perfect Ferner replacement, says Nippon. I can see where you're coming from, but in a way, he's a bit different to Fernandinho. Fernandinho's more of a get down and get a tackling sort of man, a little bit like Nigel de Jong was in the old days. But Rodri's a little bit different. He's a bit more of a relaxed sort of play it man. And that's an apparent thing. He's had the most passes in the Premier League this season, and it's noticed. Good. We're getting there now. 10. We're getting there. It's getting higher and higher. We're liking this. But yeah, Andy Blue Moon says, I understand, Tom, but Rodri sometimes no consistency. Yeah, I completely agree with that, Andy. We want to have a guy who can play there week in, week out and, play there properly. And, sometimes we don't see that from him. I understand that. And some people will argue how long we're going to let him, acclimatise into the Premier League environment. But we're starting to see more games now that he's playing better than when he's not playing better. And that's a positive sign. It is a very positive sign, which is good news. Tom, the new Sky Sports mcfcfantv pundit. We'll allow that. That's not too bad. We'll take that. Sky Sports is getting into it now, so that's good. I think Queen versus King says, Tom, look back at the West Ham game where Cancelo got a great assist for the 4. Yeah, I thought that was. But yeah, he got another good assist. Yeah, and he's not coming back, Tom. That's absolutely fine. We can continue on with this. I've talked most about Martin rules. Martin's obviously taken over now. But yeah, I'll take under my belt. We can move on now. I'm going to talk about Phil Foden. We've covered Rodri. I guess with Phil Foden, we could sort of say, he's looking good. But do we need to keep him in the squad to carry on this form? Obviously, he's had a run of games now. He's played against Chelsea last Sunday. He played against Man United on Wednesday, and he's played today again. I can see where people are saying that he's still not up to his standards, but I really do think that he's starting to get there. Mudgy says Foden got an 8. Yeah, just follow. Yeah, rate what you think Foden is, and I can talk about that. I really do think Fernandinho is our important player outside of Aguero. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, it's nice to see Fernandinho, having a little bit more of a chance in the squad, because he's not lost it. But yeah, keep putting your things through for Foden. Foden was excellent. Chris says man of the match. I agree with that, Chris. I think he was very good once more. Another excellent performance from Foden, says Shedders. Definitely, he's starting to be the player that you want on the team sheet now more than ever, because he's starting to build up form. And that's what I was saying a few weeks ago on the Friday Night Social. Charlie Everett, he is definitely better than Mount, and the age as well, he's much more capable of doing stuff. And like Pep said, he's the best naturally gifted footballer he's ever seen, and that's over Messi. So he's in good hands. But yeah, with Foden, Foden is class. Jack Lee says he's got more fair game time recently. Exactly, and that's what I was saying on the Friday Night Social a few weeks ago. I do personally believe that Foden does deserve to play a bit more, and when he does and shows form, he will get the game time, and that is what's starting to happen, which is nice to see. It is nice to see. Because, he's a young lad and, we need to get him. Neil Handstock says, Foden, I mean, this is a compliment, but he really reminds me of a young Jack Wilshere. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. It is a compliment because Jack Wilshere in his young age was looking very good and he had lots of potential, but then he's, come down with injuries. I can see where you're coming with that. Definitely. He shows the attack and, Jack Wilshere's obviously, fallen down the hill a little bit and he's not even got a club now, but I hope he doesn't go that far with him, Neil. Hopefully it's just the young attack. Michael Feeney says, I'm glad I was wrong. I thought John Stones was going to be really well. Hope he keep it up now and let's have a great season. Tom does a great job. Great young man. I am glad he's a Blue. Good luck, Tom. Thank you, Michael. That's very nice here. Yeah. Johnny's doing really well this season. Like I was saying earlier on, nobody ever really thought that Stones would come back in this season and have such a big impact on the team, But we can compliment him, and he's just been absolutely solid. Him and Ruben Dias have been absolutely brilliant so far, and overall they've been really well.
Wow, I'm back.
I covered well.
By all accounts, you've been doing an absolute cracking job, mate. Do you want to take over and finish the vlog?
No, it's fine. You can go back to it now. I need to keep writing notes down.
Yeah.
Right,
okay. So come on, Tom. Tell me what's happened while I've been away.
Oh yeah, we've just been talking about Rodri. Some people have been saying that he needs to have more consistency to see, And I was saying, how long do we need to? Obviously, people have been saying that he needs to acclimatise in. I personally don't see where the negativities come from. I think he's playing well, but I understand that people are sort of saying maybe he needs to, carry on with it. But now we're starting to see he's playing better in more games than not playing well. Whereas last season it was maybe he's not having good games, and that was more consistent than it wasn't. So we're starting to see a turn on Rodri, and I really do think that we're getting stronger with him, and he can do some sort of good job compared to Fernandinho. Maybe not as good at the moment, but he's certainly getting there in the right direction. That's for sure.
Did you cover Phil Foden?
Yeah, we talked about Phil as well. Yeah.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant today. Riyad Mahrez?
We didn't get to Riyad.
Oh, okay. What about Bernardo Silva?
Because we spoke about him a little bit earlier with his goal, I thought I'd just keep with that. And then some people brought up about Johnny Stones again and how well he's been doing. So I thought I'd just bring that up again.
There you go, Tom. Well done, Tom. There you go.
Thank you.
On Man City Fan TV. Tom will be getting his own show very soon.
Fingers crossed.
Without a shadow of a doubt. He's going to be coming, giving you all you youngsters the lowdown.
I certainly will be.
There you go. Look, everyone's really pleased. Look, Tom, you did brilliantly, mate.
Thank you. Cheers.
Fantastic. But do pay your job is in contention. Well done, Tractor Tom. Charlie Everett. There you go.
There we go.
Tom. Hashtag Tom in. Well, there you go. Everyone won. Right, okay. So, what's this shadow rundown? Bayern moved Kimmich to CDM.
Yeah.
Would you ever consider moving Cancelo to maybe say, well, I mean, it's one of these. You know what Pep does with players, doesn't he? Walker to Ralph, that started, I think, with Pep Guardiola, not a Southgate thing. I think Pep had moved into the centre-back position. Chris says, "Sat the clown." Les says, "I'm the only one who never warmed up to Rodri, Mendy, and Mahrez signings." I think we all have our favourites. We do. Well done, Tom. You can take over FIFA for me, though. Jesus, Stevie Wonder could take over FIFA for you, man.
I think I could take my glasses off and play better with him, and I can hardly see anything.
Addy said, "I'd much rather try Cancelo at right mid than CDM." Yeah, I think you would all miss me too much. Oh God, he has some dabs on himself, doesn't he?
We'd have him as a guest. We'd have him as a guest.
We'd have him as a guest. Tom taking your place on Man City Fan TV, Martin. There you go. No, he took my place. Martin's, he took my place. What else? Martin, you're our Martin Tyler of Man City TV. Everyone hates Martin Tyler. That's not a very good moon. He'd be crying now. Someone has to love me as well. Right, onto the forward line, or whatever the forward line was in that particular game. You said you mentioned about Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, and Phil Foden. Bernardo Silva earlier. Two more players to talk about. That is Gabby Jesus and God, I lost my train of thought then. Mahrez, sorry. Just looking at the three then and thinking, Gabby Jesus and Mahrez. What are your thoughts today? A few people on here earlier said that they thought Mahrez had a good game. What were your thoughts on Mahrez?
I thought he played well. He's come back in again, and he's obviously assisted pretty well with Kevin for the second goal. And he did cause problems down that right hand side. Obviously, there's still he still needs to sort of get a few more goals in. Addy's on Martin's side there, eh? But yeah, I sometimes you can say he was a bit sloppy, but he's just come back in, and he's been one of our better players of the season. Some people have been like to say. So I thought he played well. He did what he needed to do. He tried to do a bit of link-up play with Nemecha in the second half. It nearly paid off, but he was fouled, Nemecha. But yeah, let's just hope that he can come back in and we can get some of the performances that we saw earlier on. I didn't think he played badly, but I didn't think he was one of the standout players, if you get what I mean. I think he was just average and sort of contributed to the goals, but wasn't sort of the main man. Obviously, that ball to Kevin De Bruyne, don't get me wrong, was absolutely incredible. But that was the only thing he sort of did. And once again, I'm saying we played against Birmingham, and if we were playing against a bigger club, would he have contributed with that sort of performance, or was he playing like that because we're playing against Birmingham and there's so many games coming? But for the bits that he did do with the pass through to Kevin, I can't fault him. He played well.
Well, I mean, that was my point. I mean, listen, every time I say anything about Mahrez, I mean, I didn't talk about Rodri. I wasn't with the midfield lot and things like that, but obviously Mahrez we're talking about, and every time I say something about Mahrez, high praise, it's like I'm slagging him off, and it's not. But Mahrez is an exceptional player, and I think you've hit the nail on the head there, saying, what did he do in the game that shone? Exactly. Now he played that pass to De Bruyne, which was, I said at the beginning, was absolutely phenomenal. That's the Arsenal he's got in his. That's the type of quality he's got in his locker. But apart from that, he hit a few crosses in that just hit their defenders. He had the free kick that went over the bar, and even make the keeper make a save. Apart from that, there was nothing really, nothing else. Remember this or remember that brilliant bit. But there was not a lot against a Birmingham team. So you can either, like you said, take it as it's against Birmingham. You expect a top class. Supposedly world-class player to shine. Exactly. And there were players today who did shine. Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne was good for most of the first half. Another player shined. But didn't really do a great deal. Or was that because it's saving themselves against a Birmingham team? So it's so hard to judge sometimes, but I don't know. I mean, here, Leonard London says, Mahrez is always looking to be a hero. That's not City. This is a comment, Leonard, that comes through over and over and over again by City. Well, some City fans, not all, because some City fans absolutely adore him, and he's one of those players that nobody wants to critique. But I think that's spot on. I just don't think he's a team player.
No, I agree with that. I definitely don't.
Sorry, hold on a minute. Shedder says Shea Mahrez is not consistent enough, and that's the problem. I don't want it to be a Mahrez hate thing, because he didn't do anything wrong, and he one brilliant pass, which, let's face it, was absolutely world class. It was. I mean, De Bruyne did that. The papers. Exactly. I mean, fair play to them. They were raving about his pass on several occasions, didn't they?
Yeah, he's
scored true goal.
Did he? He didn't score a true goal today.
Obviously, a Mahrez fan. Chris, okay, let me know if it comes available. I will wait happy in the wings. Marine clapping to crowds in their back gardens coming on the pitch.
Brilliant. That's brilliant, that. Good old Marine.
Much appreciated. Mahrez would be great in an individual team. Well, yeah, there's an oxymoron in it. An individual team. Mahrez is easily criticised. He is. Yeah, I get. Lengan Sweet. Mahrez been more consistent than Sterling. This season. All right, is he still the top scorer? Or I can't remember.
Yeah, I think so. I think he is.
I don't know about. He's had a couple of good games. He's done all right this season. I can't say he hasn't. Do you think Mahrez tries too hard? Yeah, I agree with that, Andy Blue Moon. Maybe he does. Mahrez. Go on,
I was going to say, back to that point from Andy, I think that's a really, really good point. I think he just tries too hard. You have to remember he's competing against the likes of Sterling and Kevin De Bruyne to be, a true standout man in that team. And sometimes I think he thinks that by taking someone on and trying to create it, because he nearly got through a few times. I think he's just trying to sort of make his, mark in the team. I think that's all it is. And maybe he just needs to forget a little bit about that and try and just focus on his own game. Because when he does do that, because we do see glimpses of him focusing on his own game, we have the Mahrez we paid the money for, and he's absolutely class when he plays well. It's just the consistency, like I was saying about Rodri earlier. When we're starting to see more games are better than not, more games that aren't as good, that's when we can start to say, this guy's starting to come into this team and playing well. And he does play well when he plays well, but sometimes it's just, he faded in the second half. I agree with that. But a lot of the players faded in the second half. We can't deny that. So maybe he was just following the tempo, but who knows? Yeah.
Scott Williams says here, Mahrez was sublime. Some sublime touches today, but fading. But nice to see him not cut back inside for a change. Fingers crossed someone is playing a BT back. Sit up. Shadows one says Mahrez's problem is he never plays in his best role. I mean, I've said that right from word go. Geese out there.
Geese.
Hit the like button. Cheers. There you go, Geese.
Hey.
As long Mahrez is still with Ashley Ward, I'm happy. As long as Mahrez is still with Ashley Ward, I'm happy for him. You mean his daughter? Yeah, his daughter. I don't know whether he's with Ashley Ward. I actually played for Manchester Boys with Ashley Ward. But I don't know whether he's with Ashley Ward. Maybe his daughter. Mahrez's quality would take him at United every day of the week. And believe me, we signed Sanchez instead of him. Mahrez needs to pass more. Same with Sterling. Tom Stats on. How are you doing, buddy? So you watching Crawley highlights. Just had a cold shiver seeing Lee Bradbury on Crawley bench. Hard created a few good chances, and I thought his goal was onside. Well, I had the big debate with my lads about this whole arm thing, and my lad was going, no, it's from here to here, it's the sleeve. And I said, well, hold on a minute. And it came in 2008, it's this. And I said, so remember the Balotelli goal where he
Yeah.
showed?
Yeah.
If Balotelli went like that with his arm and hit him on his muscle here, his bicep, and went like that and hit it in, do you honestly believe they'd give that as a goal?
Probably not, no.
Well, according to the rules, my lad was saying, but it is from the sleeve, it's from the elbow to here. It says it showed me a graphic, and I went, yeah, no, but that's like saying if you went like that and it hit your muscle, they go, well, no, you can't score a goal that way. So why have it under offside?
It's weird, that, isn't it? It's weird.
It's crap. It's absolutely shite.
It is.
Say VAR is garbage. The rules are garbage.
One minute they know what they're doing, the next minute they don't, and now people are getting ruled off because their arm's over. Well, you can't score with your hand because it wouldn't be allowed anyway. You know what I mean?
This is what my lad was saying. The offside was because this part from his elbow to his shoulder. So that was a goal scoring opportunity. And I said, but if a player went like that with an open net and hit it in with his arm on purpose, do you think they'd really give that as a goal?
No, because he's intended to use his arm, isn't he? That's what they'll put it down as. So
why is it in the rules? It's not. It's nonsense. It's absolutely nonsense for me. The rules are nonsense.
Yeah, they are.
That's Mahrez. But at least, I mean, we've got to give a shout out for that ball again. It was sublime. I mean,
unreal.
If Kevin De Bruyne played that, you'd never hear the end of it because it was absolutely superb, absolutely brilliant. Right, on to Gabby, Tom.
I was impressed with him today when he came back. Obviously, he's just had COVID. Obviously, a lot of the players, I know Gundogan did an interview a few weeks back. He said it was so hard to get back in so quickly, and the physical, change from having it is quite tough. And I thought to see Gabby running around the pitch like he was today was very impressive after just coming back from having it. Obviously, it's not he had his chances to, maybe put it in the back of the net, but he was playing more of a let's press them and let's try and get some goals. And I was impressed with him today. He was getting stuck in with the headers. I think he got taken out a few times too. And he was always in and involved. He brought for the second goal. He brought their defender a bit across so Kevin could create that gap for Bernardo to score. So he played his part. Obviously, like I said earlier, it's Birmingham, so maybe it was quite an ideal way for him to come back and just get a run out. He got quite a lot of minutes before. Did he go off in the end, Mahrez? No, he didn't. Not Mahrez. Jesus. No, Torres. Not Torres. Jesus.
How many players do you want to name?
No, because
how many players do you want to name? Yeah, he went off the lap, didn't he?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so he had a decent amount of minutes, and I think the reason why they've sort of taken him off is probably because he'll start again on Wednesday night against Brighton. It's sort of his sort of game, that. And, it was good to see him back because, he's one of our recognised strikers and we haven't had one at the moment. So, it's good to have him back. But, Kevin's done good there, so who knows?
Well, Dupe think Tabby's dribbling was me. Whoever Tabby was, Dupe. Come on, kiddo.
Martin's taking over his keyboard.
I think Martin's hacked his account, hasn't he? That's definitely got to be Martin hacking Dupe's account. Tabby's dribbling was mint. God, I'm on one tonight, aren't I, with spelling. Will be a watch along back Wednesday, guys. There you go. Oh my God, autocorrect. We know we're only joking, mate. Thank God Tom isn't a City manager. Good guy, but not a winner for me. Sorry, but that's me, I guess. What's that? Thank God Tom isn't a City manager. Goodbye. Good guy, sorry. Okay. Not a winner for me. Sorry. Who's that about, Leonard? Are you talking about?
I don't know who he's on about.
It's talking about Gabby. Is he talking about Gabby? Maybe he's talking about Gabby. I thought Gabby today did his usual stuff, worked hard, but you could definitely see today he's not played for a while.
No, I think I know what he means now. If says thank God, if he's basically saying because I said he's a good guy and he's been doing a lot. I think he's meaning that Gabby's not a winner and he's thankful that I'm not City manager because I said that he's a good guy and sometimes plays well.
Right, okay, all right. I get what he's saying. But,
yeah.
Colonel Ward, not The Cup Kings Arsenal. Yeah. They've won a lot of FA Cups. They won't cock all else for ages. I think Pep did his rotation well, giving most players run. I agree with that, Andy Blue. Yeah. I did. Any updates on Kun availability, says Sadiq Ali. Yeah, Tom gave you an update earlier, and a couple of people posted that he's in quarantine because, was it somebody in his bubble have tested positive for?
Yeah. It was someone that he knows, or he's in his bubbles tested positive. So he's not, with the new rules that City have brought in, he's not allowed back to the training ground unless he's tested, unless he's sent back a negative one. Yeah. So
which he'll be tested tomorrow.
Yeah. So he should be in contention for Brighton if all's well and he's negative.
Oh, hold on. Chris is saying, my comedy is being overlooked. Your comedy? Where is this? Let's go back. I'm dying to know. Oh, yes. Jesus struggles to get on the end of a cross. No need to crucify him, though. Chris.
Well done, Chris.
Chris thinking he's Mickey Flanagan, doesn't he? There you go. The ginger Mickey Flanagan. We've got everyone on the channel, haven't we? We've got them all. We've got Alan Ross. We've got Carl. We've got Tom here, young Tom, tractor boy. Martin, likes to roll in the park and those type of things. So there is, what's this? There is a gut in a tree watching Marine game and ladies.
A guy.
Oh, there is a guy. This guy. I know. It's you probably phones and things, but when we're trying to read it out, we have to try and work out what it is that some of you are saying. There is a guy in a tree watching a Marine game and ladies in their garden drinking champagne. Hey, what better way? Fantastic.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Right, finally, Con has come back as negative, I've heard on the grapevine. Okay, maybe he has. Player ratings, no, we're not doing player ratings today, mate. Going now because my missus needs to make Sunday dinner. Guys, give Chris a round of applause for trying at least. Bless him. Ooh. Love the Colin Bell seat cover. Leave it till the fans come back. Inspirational. Yeah, you posted that on WhatsApp earlier. I definitely agree. Mingy Wong says, is it true Chris thinks Martin is a clown? I didn't say it. Martin. Not to do with me. But before we go, finally, we had, let me see, we had 5 substitutions, didn't we? Harwood Bellis, we've spoken about. John Stoke, spoken about. Fernandinho came on. I think I said the better because the guy's absolutely, he's just immense. But what were your thoughts on Nemecha, finally, quickly, and Delap? What minute was Delap? Yeah, so Nemecha obviously came at half-time. Delap came on with 75 minutes, so he had nearly 20 minutes, which is always hard to judge. But what were your thoughts on those two?
I thought Nemecha was 50-50 really, because you could tell, unlike when we've had other players come in, you could tell he was an academy player that's trying to come through into the squad because he didn't really have that finishing touch. Yeah. He tried to link up with Mahrez a few times, but obviously he got fouled the one time that it actually worked, the poor bugger. So it didn't really work for him in a way. But there's still promise there because he's got a bit of speed. He's quite attacking. He's got a good attacking mindset, and yeah, I think it just needs a bit of work from his side, and he's probably going to get taken. Yeah.
I wasn't sure where he was supposed to be playing, if I'm being honest.
No, I completely agree with that because one minute he was on the wing, next minute he was in midfield, then he was sort of behind Fernandinho, and then he was sort of playing with Mendy down that side for a little bit as well. So it was a little bit all over the place, wasn't it?
It was like asking me or you to come on and go, just go and play. It was like one of those. He looked like, wait, hold on a minute. He's back on the halfway line. Yeah. Play behind the striker, then he's out wide. I'm thinking, where is he supposed to be playing? But hey, good luck to the kid. He's got 45 minutes under his belt. Nemecha was really bad. I wouldn't say. No. I mean, I think that's a bit harsh. Cheddar says Nemecha looked lost. Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
He didn't look. Nemecha did okay. Looked lively. Gave the ball away a bit. Nemecha didn't he? I couldn't tell which position he was playing. Yeah, I wasn't sure either. He played out of position, I guess. Yeah, maybe he did. Chris says, what was the name of the commentator? Might use her voice as a deterrent for would-be burglars. Yeah, commentary. Thanks. That's a great plug, mate, for the comment. We'll come to that in a second. Delap had 15, 17, 18 minutes on at the end. Didn't do anything apart from that one header, which he put 10 yards wide.
Yeah. There's not much you can say about him, really. He did that little tackle when he came on. He looked quite up for it, and then after that, he didn't really do anything. I don't know if that was because nobody was wanting to sort of push for another goal because they're saving themselves, or he just couldn't get into the game. But it's not the last we'll see of him. We'll definitely see him in more cup competitions, and I definitely think that with obviously Aguero not being 100% at the moment, I think we might see him a little bit more, especially if Jesus is playing week in, week out as our recognised striker.
Well, I mean, if it's true, and the rumours are that it's a negative, I see Aguero playing in the next game. Personally.
Oh, definitely.
He needs games. He desperately needs games to come back. But anyway, Michael Feeney says, a great show, lads. Hope you both have a good week. Thanks, Andy and Tom. You're welcome. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
It was Vicky Sparks on or De Bruyne. Yeah. Final commentator. Yeah. I mean, trying to be sexist or anything here, but I mean, it was like pulling teeth. And then you've got Stephen Walker.
Oh, he's
calling Bernardo Silva Davidson.
What an idiot, honestly. It was poor. She called Nemecha. Didn't even call him by his name. And I'm like, come on, you've just got to sort of do your research and make sure you have the names, don't you? But yeah, sometimes it's just like pulling teeth with some of these commentators.
Yeah, it was. Like I said, it's nothing to do with a female or anything like that. Let's face it. How often do we give Ian Dark and everyone else?
Yeah, I'm going to say it's nothing to do with females or anything like that because Martin Tyler's a bigger pleb than her. So yeah, don't worry.
It was. Thanks, guys. Well done, Tom. You did amazingly. Andy, you were kind of okay. That's fine. I'll take kind of okay coming from you. At least I can spell. Andy Blooming to show as always. Thank you, guys. Show as always. Thank you, guys. And Tom, man of the stream today. Your 5 minutes. There you go. Cheers guys.
Mate. Thank you.
Mate, will we sign anyone this January? Who knows? We'll be doing plenty, Sadiq, on videos on transfer news coming up next week. So keep tuning in. Chris Baker, thank you. Thomas and Andrew. There you go. Sunday night. Maybe City will sign Haaland, let Aguero go and promote Delap as a third backup striker. I think I'd like to see a hell of a lot more of Delap before he becomes third backup striker, if I'm being honest. Well done, lads, as always. Thank you, City Chippy.
Cheers, Dad.
Hope you're well, mate. Great show. You guys are top class. Best City fan channel ever. Thank you, Dupe. We're signing the mini Messi. We're signing the mini Messi. We've got Tom on our show. Arsenal Comedy says, great channel. Thank you very much, mate. Great streaming. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you. Cheers. Currently, Haaland is our target. I don't know which team you support, mate. I'm really not sure. Sorry, I struggled spelling there. Anyway, we'll finish one for Martin. Leroy. Like my lad said, if that was Leroy's free kick rather than Mahrez's, it probably would have gone in. But anyway, stay safe, guys. Thank you to Man City Fan TV. You're welcome. Take care. Blues says Jack Lee. Thanks for the stream. You're absolutely welcome. And thanks to Andy, Tom from Mingy Wong. Take care, buddy. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. That's the main man, our young main man, Tom. And thanks for looking after that little break, mate. Really do appreciate it. You'll be seeing a lot more from Tom. And he's got his own show in the very, very near future. But anyway, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. That's Tom. Thank you, everyone, for coming on and giving you your comments. Really do appreciate it. I know it's Sunday afternoon. There's football on and people are having dinner and all sorts of things. But stay safe. Don't forget, please subscribe. I mean, I was looking at some of the analytics and we have had an absolute mega 2 weeks for views. Absolutely phenomenal. A massive thanks to Martin, who's done a load of live vlogs this week and that. But when I did look at the analytics, nearly 70% of people are not subscribers. only around 30, just over 30% of people are subscribers. So if we can convert some of those, we won't be on nearly 16,000. We'll be on 17,000, whatever. We're 16,000. We'll be on 20,000 plus. So please, if you're not a subscriber, you get content every single day on Man City Fan TV. And we encourage all fans from every club to come on, as long as you're not a knobhead. Otherwise, end up having to ban you or put you in a timeout. But you're more than welcome if you want to chat football. That's what the channel is all about. It's by fans, for fans of Man City mainly, but from other fans from other clubs as well. So please, if you're not subscribed, subscribe now. What are you waiting for? Hit that bell icon and make sure your notifications are set to public. That's another thing, not private. But anyway, City win 3-0. It was a walk in the park. The second half wasn't the best game ever, but we'll be back tomorrow. And there will be a play ratings video at some point, maybe tomorrow, but we've got a live vlog coming up, which we'll all be involved in. So check us out tomorrow. And Martin, for your information, is still the manager of FIFA. Now, God knows, but he'll be starting a new league. And you can all go over and watch his brilliant efforts over on his FIFA. Take care, Tom. Have a great Sunday, rest of Sunday, whatever.
Yeah. You too, Andy.
Go and jump on your tractor and go and take it for a spin.
That's not allowed. It's not an authorised reason to go out of the house, unfortunately, Andy. So
there you go. There you go. So you'll never be able to take it down to Wembley anyway. Take care. Have a good evening, and we'll see you soon.